Hi guys, welcome back to another tutorial series. I haven't been doing these in a while, but some people have been telling me that the other ones were pretty good, so I figured I'd get back on it. So today I'm going to be looking over a song that I'm going to be releasing soon on a new album. It's taking a little longer than I thought it would because I had a certain goal of how many songs I wanted, but then I made a ton more that were all really good, so now I have to finish those, and some I told myself I would do, and I didn't want to later, so you know how it goes. Let me just put this rice down. Alright, so this is a song that has a melody that just repeats over and over again, and I want to go over it and why it sounds good regardless of it just repeating over and over. Again, this is a tutorial series that you can watch if you're into electronic music, if you're into any computer production music, or even if you're just a songwriter. Anything goes here. It's just general music
tips.
Oh,
Shoot.
I'm
I'm getting feedback.
Alright. Alright. Alright, so let's just listen to a little bit of it.
Oh, carry on, let the vibe speak its mind. It passed you by, now you can't let it die.
Alright, so this is the guitar. Alright, so you can see that the guitar complements the vocals, and they mostly fit together pretty well. And the reason that is because I wrote the main melody first. Here, I'll just find it right here. So that's what my buddy is singing. He's a friend of mine in college, and maybe I turned the vocals up a little. Maybe they're a little too loud in the song. They seem a little forward, but I like the way it sounded. Anyway, so let's take a look at what this is right here. Also, if you're wondering what program I'm using, this is Logic Pro X. Alright, so this is the melody right here. And that's mostly, like, the whole song revolves around this. If you watched my motifs tutorial earlier, you know that the motif can be pretty much, you take a small idea and then you can make a whole song out of it. And I'm going to be breaking this down. So first you have the C sharp, which is the root. So the C sharp is the first tone in the scale. I guess it's a C sharp major. So let me just highlight this real quick. Oh shoot, sorry, that's loud. I don't have the velocity on my keyboard. All right. Yeah, so it's the C sharp major scale. You know, you don't have to start on the root. I guess I did here. You don't even need to think about that. That is something that once you start listening to enough music and you start making enough music and you start getting good at melodies, that kind of just comes naturally, and you're like, oh yeah, this is a root. I should have a pop filter on this mic. Hold on one sec. All right, I got that. Okay, so you have the C sharp, which is a root, and then this. So da 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 da. All right, so this already is like a lot to take in because.
Oh, carry on.
All right, so you have your root and your root chord because the guitar is playing the root. So this is just establishing where you are, the first thing that happens. And these chords I'm actually using this piano to take up the lower end of the register. And I'm super compressing this piano. If you look at the compressor, I am compressing the crap out of it. And that sounds really good. It really fills up the low end. If you actually mute this, the whole song sounds dumb.
Oh, carry on.
Let me just do this real quick.
Oh, carry on, let the vibe speak its mind.
But now you put this back on.
Oh, carry on, let the vibe speak its mind.
See, most people don't even know that that's there because it's like a really soft piano. It's almost like sine wave-ish, but it's there and it's important. It's one of the most important parts of the song. Yeah, the song has 3 elements: the guitar, this little piano chord, and then the vocals. So that is a C sharp major chord. So it's your 1. And then what's this? That is a, let's see, E flat, G, and B flat. So that is a 2. So we're literally shifting up. I know it looks like it's down, but so it's kind of confusing. How is it going up if it's going down? But it's not actually going down. It's not like this one's going down here, this one's going down here, and this one's going down here. It's really this one's going up here, this one's going up here, and this one's going up here. But I have this an octave lower. See if we move this up. See, so that's what it really is. But you know, you don't want it to move that way because then it sounds too obvious. So you have 1 and then 2, which is obvious. That's the chord.
Oh, carry on, let the vibe speak its mind.
So that's a chord, like that's a progression right there. This, and it resolves kind of in a minor, and we can confirm that just by the sound of it. Like it's like sad, but I'll analyze it right now anyway. So C, F, A flat. So that is a. So let's see. In reference to C sharp, it's C sharp, E sharp, F. So that is a 3 minor. So when I'm saying all these numbers, if you don't know what I'm talking about, 1, like I said, C sharp right here. This is the root. So this was the next chord. That's 2, and this is 3, because in a C sharp major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then back to 1. You can call it 8 if you want, but most people call it 1. All right, so also if you want to know, there's like actually each number has a natural major or minor. So like the first one in a major scale, because we're in C sharp major, the first triad, so which will be C sharp, F, and G sharp. So C sharp, F, and G sharp, or D flat, F, A flat, however you want to call it. That's going to be major. The 1 will be major, the 2 will be major, the 3 will be minor, the 4 will be major, the 5 will be major or dominant. Like, okay, so, all right. The point of this tutorial series is to be as simple as possible, and I'm just throwing a bunch of jargon that doesn't even matter because I don't think about this stuff when I write music. So, and neither should you. You shouldn't think about it. Like when you analyze it, it's good to know, but you don't even have to know this stuff. Like it's so basic. Like this just sounds sad. That's all you need. You need to know how it feels. So that feels good. Oh, that's a nice direction. And then where does that go? Oh, it goes there. That makes sense. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to know the numbers or any of that. It's not as scientific as I'm making it out to be. And I want that to kind of be the theme for all these videos, is to try to break it down into simple terms, because when I'm writing music and when everyone's writing music, they don't think like this. You can analyze it later and that's helpful, but this is the first time I'm even analyzing this track. I knew that there was something about it that was worth talking about, and now that I'm looking into it, it's like, oh, that's why it's that way. So, I mean, it's the same with film. Like you can go into a movie and watch a movie and it's great, and then you analyze it, and then you learn about like the cinematography behind it and all that. Well, I guess that's different because you can't really make a good movie without knowing that cinematography stuff. Whereas with this, you don't really need to know the terms. Well, actually, all right, never mind. I was going off. All right, so why is this 4 block, like, it's not a complete phrase, it's half of a complete phrase, because you don't want to end on this minor
so fast. So let's just listen to these 4 again.
Oh, carry on, let the vibe speak its mind.
That doesn't sound complete yet. It sounds halfway done. So let's go to the second half.
It passed you by, now you can't let it die.
All right, and that's the whole phrase right there. So what did I do here that was mimicking this first half? Well, it went up, down, and that's what I do again here. And that sounds so good. That halfway, so this is halfway because this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is halfway. This sounds so good because it is a, what is it? It is a, Is that it? It's just I guess it's just a 2. Oh, it's the same thing over here. So you know why it sounds good is because this going up to here is the most important part. Da da. That's super important. And this is actually the exact same chord. Check it out. I move this down. See, these 2 are the same, but I still had to have the up down motion because it's, I don't know, it's like relaxing, I guess. But this chord is so nice that I kept it for both of them. I didn't change. And then this last chord is just do do. I'm just going back to the root. So let's just highlight it. It's not playing. What the hell? Alright, so do do. So this chord is important because it's pulling us back to the tonic. This is the second to last one. So I'm just gonna guess that it's a 5 because 5 always goes to 1, from what I was told at Berkeley. Alright. Alright, so is it that? It is. It is 5. It is 5. It's A flat. It's E flat, A flat, and C. So did I tell myself when I was writing this song, oh, I have to make sure I have a 5 here? No, because I didn't. Oh shoot, I should turn this off. Yeah, so I didn't tell myself that, but it just sounds good. And I developed all of this, like, I learned the theory after I was already writing music like this. So let's just listen to the whole thing again. I'm just going to solo this. I think that sounds great. And then it just loops through the rest of the song. So now we listen to the whole thing. I'm not going to go into the guitar, really, because it's like, it actually sounds really good here because I widen it. So width is, these are like slightly different recordings, or they're timed slightly different, so they sound really wide. You can hear it in both your right and left ear. There's something different in it, and it makes it, it's like 3D. When you go to a movie theater and you put on 3D glasses, and you there are 2 slightly different versions of the same image, so your brain interprets that as depth. So with sound, when you have 2 slightly different versions of the same sound, it interprets that as width. So listen to this, how this is solo. Like this is mono. And then boom, it's super wide. Like I'll play it again. Notice how right here it gets super wide. So you can like use that in your own productions, just that tip, to make stuff wide. It makes stuff sound super good. All right, so basically the reason why there's all those like dark notes here and here is because this is what the guitar was playing. I didn't want to delete them because I like having them there. But so he was just playing the chord and he was doing creative stuff on it. He's just doing whatever he wanted there. So now we know what these chords are and what that is, and the vocals are just riding on that. So
Oh, carry on, let the vibe speak its mind. It passed you by, now you can't let it die. Strangely.
Oh, whoa, what was that? All right, so we're gonna look at this. This is a chord on top of all of it. So now on top of that melody that we have, or on top of that chord progression we have, we're adding a third onto it. So let's just listen to this. So instead of doing these black ones on the bottom, we're doing the green ones on the top. And it's just a third. And, you know, you don't want to overthink it. You don't want to think like, oh, I have to make sure that each one of these is in the chord. It ended up that way because I've trained myself to think this way. But he's basically singing a third above himself here. So you have
Strangely familiar, yet so one of a kind. So many others like it.
I guess I canceled out this one because it sounded bad. Pretty sure right here, though, I think they're both.
Millions come flying.
I changed the chord here because I wanted to.
Millions come flying at you every single day. This one in particular has something more to say.
So now it was a third on top, and then it went a third under. Maybe it was a fourth under. I want to take a look. Yeah, it was a third under. So, thirds sound great. I would recommend using them. They add a lot of just rich. They're so good. I love them.
Strangely familiar, yet so one of a kind. So many others like it, and yet it shines. Flickered are the images.
And then I widened his vocals like a ton.
Flickered are the images, and mostly
I wonder why. Did I pan him? It sounds like there's one really.
Flickered are the images.
I don't know what's going on there. I gotta check that later. Like.
So many.
Because here it's mono.
Others like it, and yet it shines. Flickered are the images.
This one's like all the way to the
And mostly
all the way to the right, and I never panned this one. This one is like panned all the way to the right, and this one I guess I didn't pan it that much. I guess I made that decision. I don't know why.
what was left there.
Sounds kind of weird.
Built something to keep. Millions come flying at you every.
Alright, so what's the difference between this one and this one? Well, this one goes up more.
Strangely familiar.
And this one's a step lower.
Millions come flying at you.
But then it evens back out. It's just the first note. This one starts up an extra note. This one starts up on the F, and this one starts up on the E flat. But then it goes back down, and it's the exact same thing. So it's. So this is the same. But instead of doing the F, C sharp, da, it was just E flat. And I did that on purpose because that's what the original idea for the song was, but I just liked the third so much more that I ended up using this one for the two ends. So like this one.
Don't feel bad for the ones that can't get made. All life on earth starts as a lottery.
If you're wondering why the vocals sound so like radio-y, it's because I just have the whole like the entire vocals are just for the most part EQ'd out. So I've just cut everything out. Like if you turn this off, it sounds way different.
This one in particular has something more to say. All gifts from God.
So I like the way they sounded when you cut out the top and the bottom because it makes it sound like it's coming from like an old radio. And then, all right, so now we're going to talk about the ending, which is just like, here, I'll just play it.
A lottery.
so that sounds great, right? Basically what I did is I added like a ton of like cool stuff here. I added a big bass here. I had like a choir here. They were panned. They had the new chords. So let's look at the new chords right here. So, oh, what do you know? They're the same chords. So they're not new chords. And then there's this. They're the same chords. All right, sweet. So that's even better for this tutorial because it shows that it's all good. Let me just make sure I'm still recording this. All right, sweet. We're good. We're gold. I'm just gonna. All right. So let's go down here and take a look at this. All right, so what is this new melody and how come he's not singing? Well, he's not singing because I wanted something to contrast the vocals. This is my friend Aaron's electric guitar. Actually, you know, the singer and the guitar player are both named Aaron, and they're spelled the same too. So I thought that was kind of funny. So da 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 da. Now you have a guitar playing that melody, but it's higher. And instead of repeating, it changes a little bit. So it's similar to the other melody, but it's different in the sense that it's just the higher part. And it's do 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 do. It's not that. It's do 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 do. So I think I have it here. Yeah. So he's not going down. So this is what the higher harmony for the other one was. Do 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 do. But he's actually staying up the whole time. So it's like an alternative to the original melody, which was this. So this is an entirely transposed version of the original melody. So like listen to them back to back right here. But I'm not even playing the original melody anymore because I want the harmony now to stick out, the higher one. So that sounds pretty good. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all there is to this song. Like the guitar. Yeah, so these are more or less the same. So yeah, that's how you make a song out of just one melody. You add harmonies to it. Your melody and your chord progressions should match pretty much, you know, not exactly, but they should sound good together. And then from there you can add layers like thirds and I don't ever add fourths or fifths. I just add thirds and sixths. And a sixth is a third below. But I mean that's my problem. Like you can do whatever you want. But that's just what I do. If you got any advice for me or want me to look at a song that you love or want me to look at a song that you wrote and I'll give you feedback on it, just leave in the comments below. And you know what? I got an email too. It's bkroehling@berkeley.edu. That's berklee.edu. That's my college email. If you want to send me an email, go right ahead. Sorry this is a little long. I didn't think I'd be talking about it for so much, but I'm pretty happy with this. All right. Thanks, guys. I'll see you later.